Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by Nhou Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by Nhou Protective Coatings. Now, if you work under vehicles or around vehicles, you've no doubt seen one of these, and boy, it's garbage. It's top heavy. If you roll over something with these little casters, you're going right over. Trust me, I have done it. So get rid of that thing. And I know that you found a similar situation in your shop, Dane. What made you decide to build a better chair?
Absolutely. So we grew up in the garage industry, and our father actually had a lot of issues with the cheap chairs that you just mentioned. And he designed his own American-made chair, and my brother and I saw it. We're like, this is really cool. I think a lot of other people have this problem. And we redesigned it, built the website, and here we are.
We'll talk about the construction in a minute, but let's talk about the chairs in particular now. The ones we're sitting on, which model is this?
This is the Robust Steel Max. And the Robust Steel Max is our most popular and most common chair out of all of our styles, adjustable from 15 inches up to 24.
Now, I noticed you don't have the hydraulics like the cheap chairs do.
We don't. Hydraulics give out too quick, so we utilize an Acme threaded rod. It's all mechanical, so it doesn't fail, and increases the weight durability as well.
I know a lot of folks have come to you and said, well, without the hydraulics, I can't adjust my chair that easily. It's kind of a pain.
Right.
What I found out is that you just adjust it for the day for yourself, and then you're done.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then you find out the hydraulics wear out pretty quickly.
They give out very quickly, and that's why we utilize a mechanical design, and we actually have a quicker height adjustment coming out very soon, so that'll be on our website.
Excellent. And let's talk about the rest of it here. Now, how's the seat made?
The seat is made out of industrial 4-inch foam. Super comfortable. Also utilize a backrest for lower posture, so it's great on the lower back.
And that's an optional feature, right?
Correct, yep.
Yeah, get the backrest, it's awesome. And this has a wider stance. That's really noticeable compared to the other one.
So it utilizes a 23-inch base, so it's wide enough to increase stability so you don't tip over like you mentioned before, but also small enough so it's maneuverable around your shop. 4
casters over there in the old one.
Correct.
And we've got 5 here.
Absolutely, and these casters roll like butter too. I mean, they glide over any shop surface. 4-inch industrial grade casters, and they are just beautiful.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a dream to sit in. I can imagine if you're working all day in an environment like this, this is exactly what you need. Let's talk about the one you have over there. It's a little taller.
Yep, so this is our elevated steel model. It's got the same features as that, just obviously higher. This is great for higher workbenches. We have a lot of welders and fabricators that use it. We also have a lot of people buy it for their home kitchen. So home kitchen, man cave, you name it.
Good for workbenches and countertop.
Exactly. And it also comes with stationary feet if you'd like. So if you do want to use it for a bar stool or whatever you think of, this is your chair for it.
And they're all great looking too, by the way. Here's one that's a little bit different. This is a fixed height. Tell me about this one.
Yep, correct. So this is our Robust Steel Pro. This is our universal chair, great for any situation and great for any garage. Comes with a tool tray also, which is great for storing all your tools, obviously.
And you recently picked up a really big customer for these.
Yep, a lot of large corporations actually buy them for their employees, and they actually get a custom logo of their own company on the top seat.
And the tool holders on each side?
Correct. This is our newly released Sidekick. It's great for detailing, for welding, storing your bolts, your favorite beverage, whatever you need, and that's attachable to any model.
Excellent. Well, the fixed height one is great, and trust me, it's a fancy automobile manufacturer that ordered those. Now let's talk about the construction and how these are actually made. All right, Dylan, let's start from the ground up here with the casters. Now, these things are head and shoulders above anything else I've seen in the market.
Absolutely, Dave. So these casters, this is the best feature of the chair. So these are 4-inch industrial casters. We offer them in blue, red, and black like you've seen on our other chairs.
All right, and then the rail?
Yes, sir. This is our stainless steel foot rail. We welded in-house. Check out these welds on here. Look at these dime
The welds
stacks.
are beautiful.
Yes.
That jumps right at it.
Yeah, they're awesome. We also offer the different powder-coated options. So we offer blue, black, wrinkle, and red. And if you're not a fan of steel, we can also offer the Premier Aluminum Max model, which is basically the same chair as the Robust Steel Max, just a little more elegant. It's our top-of-the-line model, and it's CNC machined out of billet aluminum.
Imagine folks rolling into your detail shop and seeing that. I mean, that's really cool.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about then the hub in the middle there.
Yep, so the hub is the heart of the entire chair. This holds everything together. This is also CNC machined out of a solid chunk of billet aluminum along with the nut.
And we know your foundation is important, hence the casters. But where you're sitting, is just as important. Let's talk about the seats there.
Yes, sir. So here are our different seat options. We offer brown and gray, and our most popular color, black. This is our 4-inch foam, double stitched together, along with the backrest options. So this provides your lower lumbar support, blue, red, and our wrinkle black, and everything is held together with grade 5 and grade 8 yellow zinc hardware.
Made in America with really high quality parts.
Absolutely, we take pride in that.
And what about customization?
Yes, so we also offer the ability to put your custom embroidery if you want a logo on here, and we also offer the ability to do different color powder coat options.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. If you go to their website, you can check out their entire line of chairs. You can also check out the Vyper fan. It's variable speed and it moves a ton of air, and thankfully, they're leaving it with us. If you go to their website at vyperindustrial.com, there is a special offer for you starting at midnight, lasting throughout the week, so hurry and check them out. We're going to take a break here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Why don't you take one too? We'll be right back.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Cunningham Automotive, American racing tradition. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. And by Next Gen, the most powerful detailing products ever made.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Here's one from the archives we think you'll enjoy. I tell you, if you are looking for an entire race car, or a street rod, or just a chassis, or maybe some components for your car, the place you're going to want to look at is S&W Performance Group. You can check them out on the web, and of course they have a beautiful catalog they will send along to you. Now, they have great tech support, and we'll talk about that in a second. But if you look in their catalog, over 2,800 make and model style listings for roll bars and for roll cages alone. So infinite possibilities. And it can be on your street rod, on your race car, as I said, domestic and import cars, trucks, Jeeps, SUVs, and 4x4s. They've got all kinds of stuff. They'll also make custom cages for specialty vehicles or custom fitment. So if you've got something that you want to change on your car, don't worry about it. You can make that change with them. They've got an engineering staff that can help you out. Available styles. If you want to start simple, something small for your street rod, you've got 4-point weld-in street bars. Now, by the way, everything they have welds in, it doesn't bolt in. So if you're not a welder, you'll need someone to assemble it. Of course, they have instructions that they'll send you, and those are easy to follow as well. But as I said, 4-point weld-in street bars, you can start with that. And if you want to upgrade from there, you can go on to an 8-point. And the cool thing about it is you can leave all of that in the car. So if you have a 4-point street bar and you want to upgrade to the 8-point weld-in, guess what? You can just add on to it. You can do the same thing if you want to go full race mode, and you can go to a 10-point weld-in roll cage as well. And whatever the look or material you're going for, they have EWS, DOM, and chromoly tubing, and you can get the tubing of your choice from all kinds of upgrades and conversions as well. If you're going to go SCCA racing, they've got stuff you can use super stock. If you want to go drag racing or a sportsman, even if you're racing a funny car, alcohol or nitro funny car, S&W can make a cage for you. They can make an entire chassis for you as well. If you want to customize it a little bit, you can get window nets and window net release kits, also switch mounts for your dashboard or helmet hook, which comes in handy if you're a drag racer and you're sitting there in the staging lanes for a long time. You're going to want that helmet hook. Camera mounts, of course, everybody runs a GoPro camera on their race car, so a camera mount is going to be really important for you in a lot of cases. And they have a full machine shop, so anything you want, they can do it there at S&W. They've got water jet cutting, and they can also make a 3D printout of something that you want to try to prototype as well. Now, I mentioned their tech support. It's great. All of their sales and marketing people are racers, so they're not going to recommend anything for your car that they wouldn't put on their car. And these are all tried and tested. A lot of their stuff is tested on their race cars, so you know you're getting a great product. And the great thing is, too, if you call up and you want some tech support, they're going to know what they're talking about. They're going to be able to recommend changes for your vehicle or modifications you want to make, and they might have a suggestion for a material as well, because they've done it. They're racers, and that's the same way this family has been for 60 years. All of the roll bars and roll cages are designed to meet and exceed NHRA and IHRA and most major road race and off-road organization specs. But you got to make sure that you install it in accordance with their guidelines and their rules. So be sure you check out the instructions and you check out the rule book to make sure you're doing it right. And have a pro help you if you need to. Everything's also designed to comfortably fit within your stock interior. So if you've got a car like this Fox Body Mustang, it's going to fit with the interior and you're not going to have to make any modifications to the car. Now, if you want something tailor fit, then the team will bend a custom cage to your specifications. So it's really a full service group there at S&W Performance Group. Now here in our studio, we have a Fox Body Mustang roll bar kit, and it's actually one of the most popular products that they sell in their catalog. Now this one, of course, we have mocked up. You can see we've sort of taped it together just to show you how it would come together. This, of course, would be welded, and you can have it welded from them, or you can have it sent just as individual pipe, and you can weld it yourself. Any level, from race car all the way down to just pipe, they can do it for you. Whatever level you want it finished to, they can do it for you. It's S&W Performance Group. You can check them out at swracecars.com, and of course you can order your parts straight from there, or you can get one of these beautiful catalogs sent to your home. Be sure to check them out. If you're wanting to do anything in the racing world, S&W Performance is the way to go. Still getting everything in place here at our new studio at Motorhead Garage, presented by Nhou Protective Coatings. And do not go anywhere, because we've got a whole lot more show coming up next. Racers, performance fanatics, I am going to introduce you to your new best friend. It's called After Dark Speed, and they're a small performance shop out of Mooresville, North Carolina. They may be small, but they're making big improvements to your race car or your street car. Ryan Matthews is the engineer and designer of all of After Dark Speed's products, and he is a racer. Every part and kit that comes from After Dark Speed is developed using one of their in-house development cars, and you can see Ryan standing on the gas at a whole bunch of racing series, from SCCA Autocross to Optima Ultima Street Car, Champ Car Endurance Series, just to name a few. What can After Dark Speed do for you? Let's start with the 97-13 Corvette C5 and C6 camber adjustment kit. That is this kit right over here. It's a quick and inexpensive upgrade that all C5 and C6 Corvette owners really should do. It eliminates the factory eccentric bolts that tend to come loose and move over time. After Dark Speed's version has a unique octagon adjuster. All these adjusters lock into place. They cannot slip. And look at that. There's markings on there to tell you the degree of the camber. You can set it exactly how you want it all the way around. And boy, does this make camber adjustments really fast and easy. And let's talk about After Dark Speed C5 and C6 Corvette adjustable engine mount kit. You can use this kit to replace the old engine mounts that come with the car. These are going to be even better than the original. This kit replaces your old worn-out factory rubber mounts with durable polyurethane barrel bushings. These bushings still provide vibration insulation, so it gives you really good manners on the street when you're driving around, but they'll also hold up to the continuous high horsepower you subject them to over time when you're racing or hot rodding in your Corvette. It's a pretty remarkable design. It actually allows the engine to be lowered as much as ½ an inch lower than stock. And you can sneak up on those adjustments because it allows you to make them 1/8 of an inch at a time. So little by little, you can sneak that engine downward on the engine mounts. The performance parts you need are at After Dark Speed, online at afterdarkspeed.com.
All right, it's time for another tech tip and an OE fix from the automotive pioneers when it comes to fixing and solutions. That's Dorman. Let's talk a little bit about oil changes. Now, if you're a technician or a do-it-yourselfer, it doesn't matter. There's a couple of things that we know. When you pull that oil plug out, man, you don't want that hot oil running down your arm. That's a mess. Another thing, you don't want it going all over the frame of the vehicle, onto the hot exhaust, into wire harnesses. That's another problem. Well, no worries. You know, on many of these new Fords and Lincolns, they actually drain out the side. So when you pull the plug out, it's going all over the sway bar, it's going all over the frame, it's getting on the exhaust. If you're a technician, you're trying to clean that stuff off before you give it back to the customer. It's smoking, it's not a good thing. No worries. Dorman has a fix, an actual super fix right here. This is pretty cool. It's a drain plug, and what it does, it actually just goes into the oil pan, and it goes in by hand, and it's actually compatible with the factory plastic oil pan, so you're not going to have any problems there. Now, the cool thing is right here, look at this side. It's got a little convenient twist right here. So you take the drain plug out, it's gone, this is in its place, bam, it's open right now. See that? It acts like a spigot. So what happened, it's coming from this side and it's draining right out the bottom into your pan. No more taking your pan, doing the hokey pokey, running around trying to catch the oil. No more cleaning off the frame, no more 6 cans of brake clean, trying to get all that stuff off before it burns. Just install it by hand, put it in the oil pan, and then bam, it's a permanent fix that's going to solve any oil problems that are going all over the frame. Now here's a tech tip for you. Take a look at this maintenance graphic right here. You see all those checks? That thing's riddled with check marks from top to bottom. Make sure you maintain your vehicle, do your oil changes at the regular interval, and you know it's going to be easy now with the new Dorman part. Committed to quality engineering, that's Dorman. I'm John Gardner. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, John Gardner, and thank you for tuning in to Motorhead Garage presented by Nhou Protective Coatings. We've got more cool products coming up right after this, so don't go anywhere.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Nhou Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. The last coat cleans, shines, and protects. Mobile Environmental Solutions, the leading portable mobile paint booth. Carcan, keep your car clean and tidy. And by Dorman Products, driving new solutions. Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
You know we are big fans of the Magic Creeper here at Motorhead Garage, but don't take our word for it. Listen to the experts. My buddy Israel owns a place called the Mechanic Shop. It's not too far from here in Rogersville, Tennessee, and he loves his Magic Creeper. He uses it all the time.
So in the past, going out to look at a job meant either being very uncomfortable, trying to scooch around under vehicles in the gravel parking lot, or having to stop a job that we've got going on in the shop, move it out of the way just so we can get it pulled in onto a concrete slab to take a look at it. So it's definitely helped a lot, saved a lot of time, and made it more convenient for sure. A traditional creeper will not work in gravel, will not work over rough and uneven surfaces. You got something laying in the floor, air hose, or even in the shop. We try to do most of our work on the lift inside the shop, but you have those times when it's just roll under, make sure something's not leaking, transmission pan or something like that. And instead, to know that I'm not gonna get hung up on a creeper with a little small piece of gravel that come in out of the gravel parking lot and hang up a creeper, that's really a big thing. So as the owner, I try not to get any dirtier than I have to. But a lot of times people come in and, you know, bringing in jobs, lifts are tied up, and just, you know, we have something loose, something rattle, whatever under a car. I like it because we do have a gravel parking lot right now. And I like that I can take it out, use it, go under a vehicle just for a quick moment, look at it, or even triage to see how quick or which mechanic to turn it over to or whatever. So use it for that, roadside hazards, roadside. I fortunately haven't had any of those yet, but I could try to keep one in the car for that purpose. All my life I've had to carry a pair of coveralls, so having something now that hopefully will keep me from messing up clothes if I am on a trip and be able to still do the job that needs to be done, or at least check it out and see if it's something we can fix or needs to be towed in. So keeping clothes cleaner. Yeah, my wife appreciates that when she does laundry, definitely. I thought it was a sales gimmick, I mean, to be honest with you. It was just like, okay, is that really gonna be useful? Anything that has to have magic in the word, you know? It's very handy. I mean, I would like to have one in my car, keep one around a lot.
You know, there are a ton of additives for your car, for your engine, transmission, and that sort of thing. And it's hard to tell them apart, but Triotex really stands out from the others. How so, Brian?
1, it will stay in your engine longer. 2, it will not break down any of your components like your catalytic converter. And 3, we don't use products that would be removed from fuel.
And what about the ingredients? I know some of them out there claim to be this magic elixir, but when you really break them down, they're not that special.
Yeah, those lubricants are often great in short-term applications in clean oil, but in long-term use, they can break down into corrosive materials.
Well, let's talk about moly, for instance, molybdenum
Disulfide.
It's very, very popular, and it has some good applications in the short term.
Molybdenum disulfide is a great lubricant. However, if it reacts with water and oxygen, it can make molybdenum trioxide, which is an abrasive, and sulfuric acid. It will dissolve it, so it not only makes an acid, but an abrasive. That's why it's really important to check your CV joints and your ball joints to see if the boots are cracked. If there is a crack, water can enter those areas and cause that molybdenum disulfide to break down.
What is it about Triotex that makes it stay in the engine and on all the parts?
We work with the metal oxides and we will fuse to it, but we need to have extreme forces or pressures that are present in the engine at the surface level, at the friction. the particles are so small, it's like stepping on a needle. It will easily penetrate deep into the metal and force it and create this nice smooth surface that builds up.
Like stepping on a needle, it directs that force right there. But if you have an entire bed of nails,
exactly.
it the force.
That's one reason why adding a little bit of Triotex goes a lot longer than adding a ton of Triotex. Don't squeeze a bunch of tubes in the engine because that won't help as much as a little bit.
And now Triotex particles, as we've seen from some of the animations, and we've seen Pasha with the famous sticky notes.
Yeah.
Tell us how that works and how the particles cling to each other.
They have two different sides. It's called a nisotropic, and it means one side is different than the other. One is sticky and one is slippery. What we use are these little particles that will fuse to the metal oxides. They react with it, but they're positively charged, so they repel each other. They are not like sticky as you would think of like a glue, but they're more like they can react with the metal surfaces if they are given enough force.
And so with particles like that sticking together, they can actually repair flaws in your old engine parts and protect your engine for a long, long time. You can check all of this out at Triotex.com. That is going to do it for this episode of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. We do this every week, so we hope you come along with us next week. In the meantime, you can check us out on Facebook, let us know how we're doing and see what we're up to. And if you have a product or invention you want to see on the show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. We can get you right here in our studios. Until next week, from our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, we will see you. Drive safely.